Yes.
That's right. So when you're ready,
The voices of Native Americans. That was the Native American blessing by Grandmother Silver Star and Gentle Bear. That's Richard Jofet. He is a dedicated peacekeeper. He's a spiritual teacher, and he and she are passing forward the wonderful message of those who were here before most of us. And we thank them for introducing our ceremony today. We'll hear from them a little bit further later. Richard Jofet is a teacher and studies the whole history of what you've just seen. You may learn more a little later. Please speak with him. My name's Kevin Sanders. I'm introducing yet again the Earth Society Foundation's presentation of the bell ringing ceremony here at the exact moment of equinox. We welcome you to share in this event, and we have a lot more news for you, which and a lot more performances. You heard a little earlier with the Tasumi violinists. They bravely are with us again and we'll hear from them a little later. Alert to you, today the bell will be rung by, and we're still searching here among you, the youngest person and the oldest person who is present with us at that time. So brood on that, gather your thoughts and perhaps candidates while we're proceeding with this today. This event has been supported by UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, and we're honored that they do this for us again today. And I'd like to ask the Senior Public Information and Liaison Officer for UNESCO, who is here with us, Suzanne Bilello. If she is with us here, I'd like to ask her to come forward.
Hi, good afternoon. Well, this is a very auspicious day. We seem to have actually really welcomed spring this very day. It's lovely and inspiring, and it's really a pleasure to be here today. This is the 44th annual celebration of Earth Day, and I'm very honored to be here on behalf of UNESCO, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, and I'm old enough to very well remember in my youth the very first Earth Day, and how that was an auspicious moment then too, that meant a real paradigm shift in how we viewed the value of our planet and the absolute inextricable need to take it into account in order to have a sustainable future. And here at the United Nations, we are once again at another crossroad, which I will mention briefly in my words. We have supported Earth Day since its very origins, as it was first announced under the auspices of UNESCO's Man in the Biosphere program in 1969. And it's inspiring to see the role this day plays to raise awareness of the importance of our planet for the well-being of present and future generations. And this year is particularly relevant that the celebrations of Earth Day focuses on peace, justice, and care of Earth, needed more urgently now than ever. This year's commemoration comes at a critical moment when the world's nations here are taking stock of the achievements of the Millennium Development Goals and looking forward towards the post-2015 development agenda, and aim to set a new set of goals that will drive development. The current discussions in this regard are offering an extraordinary and unique opportunity to reset the world on a new path. By using the power of education, science, culture, and communication, UNESCO has since its beginning placed the sustainability of our planet and the well-being of all its inhabitants at the core of our mandate and action across the world. Under the umbrella of sustainable development, our organization has strived to respond to development needs and the aspirations of nations while preserving the environment and integrating social and cultural specificities in national and local development strategies. As our Director General, Irina Bokova, recently stated, past decades have seen remarkable progress, but it has been insufficient and uneven. Our tasks now are clear. We must focus where needs are greatest. We must help countries accelerate towards 2015 and beyond. Please allow me to take this opportunity to briefly present some of the key messages that UNESCO is bringing into the ongoing discussions on the post-2015 development agenda. Let me start with education, where in spite of great advances in enrollment since 2000, around 57 million primary school-aged children are out of school currently, along with more than 71 million lower secondary school-aged children. There's a clear need to continue focusing on education with a new sustainable development goal, focusing on equity and equality throughout life, especially for girls and women. To move forward the new agenda, we must build on a knowledge revolution. It should better harness the power of science, technology, and innovation, including building scientific capacities across the globe and promoting sciences for sustainable development and stronger links between science, policy, and society. This calls for cooperation and sharing knowledge in ocean sustainability, biodiversity, and sustainable water management. The post-2015 agenda should also acknowledge culture as a force for both social cohesion and employment. Underlying all must be a new focus on governance. This is why freedom of expression on all platforms is so important. By their very nature, education, the sciences, culture, information, and communication have the power to include the necessary transformational changes towards sustainable development, human happiness, and well-being. In a world of limits, we must make more of boundless energy of human ingenuity through education, the sciences, culture, and communication to craft solutions that are just and sustainable. And thank you again for this opportunity and for your attention.
Thank you. Hello from UNESCO, who are sponsoring us here again today. You heard, if you came a little earlier, the music of the violinists, the Tsumi violinists. They are here loyally again, and we're going to ask them to join us now with two songs for this occasion. They are, as you may guess, Let There Be Peace on Earth, and they're going to also have It's a Small, Small, Small World, suggesting that perhaps one of the youngest people here to ring the bell might be yet among their members. That was the Turumi violins under the direction of Yukako Turumi, and with Guglielmo Vesman on the accordion. Thank you again. They will be joining us later. Without economic and social development, the planet would be facing even greater stress than it is now. It is inextricably entwined with the survival and comfort and endurance of the people and the planet itself, that we have a controlled social and economic development, And here at the United Nations, that's under the direction now, the director of the present United Nations Department of Economic and Social Development, DESA, is Nikhil Seth, who I believe is here, and would like you to say a few words. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Such a pleasure to be here. And on this 44th anniversary of Earth Day, it's a great honor for me to read out this statement on behalf of the department. At precisely 1657 Universal Time today, the sun will start to cross directly over the Earth's equator. The moment of the equinox, when both hemispheres get the same amount of sunlight and days and nights are equal in duration, is a time for rebirth, regrowth, renewal, reflection, and resolution. It reminds us that we need to nurture our people and our planet, both under severe stress. Awareness of these pressures and a determination to act to alleviate pain, suffering, to address human deprivation and the environmental crisis have never been greater. The greatest challenge that humankind is facing is how to build an equitable and balanced world, a world of finite resources. World leaders will meet in September of 2015 to adopt an agenda for sustainable development for the next generation. It should be an agenda which is just, which promotes dignity for all, and ambitious in restoring the health and integrity of our Earth's ecosystems. The equinox conjures a vision of equality and balance in nature. We need this equilibrium between human, economic, and social aspirations, as well as the Earth's carrying capacity and ecological boundaries. The Earth's many bounties, the air we breathe, our atmosphere, our land, forests, biodiversity, our oceans and seas, our climate system have to be stable and healthy. This is our inheritance, which we as its custodians need to nurture, restore, and bestow to our children and grandchildren. The ringing of the peace bell, which will happen later by the youngest and the oldest persons in this audience, and the otherworldliness of the sound, which reverberates gently through this morning air, will remind us of the twin commitments we have to protect our planet and secure the lives of all of its inhabitants. Let us cherish this moment now and make it a guide for our future actions. Thank you.
Nikhil Seth, the Director of the Division of Sustainable Development of the UN Department of Economic and Social Affairs. I don't know if Helen Garland, who is now the chairman of the Earth Society Foundation, was here at the very beginning. Were you there 20 years ago? Were you part of it? Here? You were? No, I was not, so I ask. In that case, here from present at the creation is Helen Garland, now chairman of the Earth Society Foundation.
If there's somebody older than I am here, it'd be funny if I'm 88. Is there anybody older than that? Oh my God, it's going to be...
It's like an auction, we have 88, 88.
Oh. What an absolute amazing honor. I think it's an honor to be 88, and my father lived to be 101, so I'm counting on 15 more years if my math is right. But I'm looking at the audience today because I woke up realizing that I came to the UN first at the age of 19, and I was nobody, and everybody thinks they're nobody for a long time, if they ever become somebody. And I was going to quote a poem by James Russell Lowell about slavery, and he says, "When a deed is done for freedom, round Earth's electric circle runs a thrill of joy, trembling on from east to west." And what that means to me is that one person and one deed can make the difference in endless situations. So I'm looking at every single one of you here and thinking, oh my goodness, who's going to be that and do that? But that was in 1945. That was the ending of World War II, and one small college in Bronxville sent one small student to learn how the UN was being established. And it was at Lake Success. These buildings weren't built yet. And in 1968 and 9, the astronauts showed us that we are just one little home floating in space. And I meant to put in here that UNESCO had a biosphere conference, which is where I believe John McConnell started the idea of an Earth Day on the equinox. Because April 22 was a very nice day, but not for Eskimos and Africans and whatever. So we want to go back to this being the real Earth Day. And so I wanted to thank especially today each member of the Earth Society, and I wish they could all be in the same place so you would know who to contact. But I see Ann Charles here, and you know him, and I see Tom Dowd, and who's back there waving? And, well, you're the two most important. If it weren't for Mary and John Drysdale, this program would not be happening all these years. So let's give them a big hand. And then...
That's the guy that told you to sing happy birthday. John Drysdale.
And
he's the one that
be sure to ask me for a flyer, because I thought we were going to have a clipboard that you could sign if you wanted to be in touch with either me or Mary. Oh, she's got it. Okay, see, without her we wouldn't be operating. Or, oh, and why are you ignored?
I'm here. Okay.
You were here before all of us.
No, I think you were.
Okay, and are you older or younger?
I think I'm slightly younger.
I'm waiting for somebody to come up. Anyway, so you sign up, and then I wanted to say that the daughter of Utah, who signed the first proclamation that Equinox Earth Day, I see another old member, and so I was going to read her statement, but it's too long to have all of you. We want you to know she is in Burma for the second Equinox Earth Day. They are ringing the bell the same time we are in Burma, and she's going to try and raise enough funds to make her family home the Utah Institute House. And so if anybody wants to help, call me or send, I don't know where to send, I guess there is a Utah Institute, but let's all do something to make that possible. And then there are others, our representative in New Zealand, who does everything upside down because that's where they are. He says, I had to read his whole statement, but it's too long, but we have a new cameraman here somewhere that's doing for national public or local public television, and we will add these statements, and through Earth Society, you can be in touch at any level that you want to, no matter how old or how young you are. And then I guess that's the end. But I really want you to know that if you stay in touch with one of us, you can hook on to whatever subject that has already been addressed. And I don't know why she's hiding. Monica Getz here has been a huge supporter, and her friend from Sweden. So thank you all, everyone individual. I want to know what you're doing.
Helen Garland. And John McConnell is not with us here in spirit, yes, but John McConnell was the creator, in fact, of the concept of Earth Day. It was the germ in his mind that grew to an event, and he almost single-handedly, in the early days, pushed it through. There's a biography of our creator, the creator of this event. I'm coming to the fact that there is a wonderful biography of John by Robert Weir, who I think is here, and he probably knows more about John than any other person here, so tell us a little about this. And your book, by the way, we should say, is Peace, Justice and Care of Earth, a biography of Earth Day founder John McConnell. So, Robert Weir.
Thank you, Kevin. I want to talk something about one of the ideas that John McConnell put forward for us, and that is the Earth Trustee Actions. John McConnell encouraged each of us to be an Earth Trustee. That is, to go out into the world and do whatever we can to protect and preserve this wonderful web of life according to our particular desires and talents. And each year, the Earth Society Foundation has honored people and organizations who perform actions in accordance with the Earth Trustee agenda. And I want to do the same based upon some of the travels that I have had in recent years. First comes my friend and colleague, Rosalie Giffiniello, who is here with me today, and in the green coat over here, with the maroon scarf and everything. In 2000, Rosalie co-founded Empower the Children to annually provide an education for 500 children who live in the slums of Kolkata, India, and would not receive an education if not for her and people like her, who would remain locked into the poverty of ignorance and into the cycle of ignorance and poverty. Another is an organization called Uplift. At the second annual Uplift Festival in Australia this past December, I was there and heard presenters spoke on improving interpersonal and international relationships, eating organic rather than genetically modified food, and practicing human connectivity. Likewise, the Aboriginal people in Australia are reminding us of our connection with Mother Earth by presenting values of their indigenous culture through customized rainforest tours that include teaching how to throw a boomerang. People who engage in sister city programs are reminding us of John McConnell's concept of peace through understanding. For example, my home in Kalamazoo, Michigan, is a sister city with Pushkin, Russia, which is near St. Petersburg. I and 25 other Kalamazooans participated in the cultural exchange festivities at Pushkin's 300th anniversary. I have a client who lives in St. Petersburg, Dr. Leo Slamashko. He's a sociology professor who founded the Global Harmony Association, through which he promotes harmony through all people, especially children. Similarly, Seth Schaefer, a Californian, created a school in Himalayan India to educate emotionally and mentally disabled children. His Harmony Through Education staff teaches children skills to participate in family activities and helps parents accept their children for who and what they are. These are just a few examples of Earth Trustee people. And you are also Earth Trustee people by your presence here today. I thank you for allowing me to honor them, and I encourage that all of us follow John McConnell's lead, as well as the Earth Society Foundations, to act according to your individual desires and talents to make the world a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert Ritter. I think more music. If the Remy violinists are ready, please. violinists. You tried that with cold fingers. Anyway, it may not be known as generally that this is also the year of family farming. Someone who is very closely involved in that and knows all about it, and really should tell us a little bit about it, is our very own Mary Carlin, who is the what is your Secretary Treasurer? All right, Mary Carlin, to tell us a little about what family farming is and why it's important. Please, Mary.
Yay!
Actually, what I just want to do is say welcome, everybody. Thank you again for coming to our Earth Day celebration and the International Year of the Family Farm. I grew up on a dairy farm in northern Wisconsin, and so I know the hard work, but also the benefits of good food, good friends, and people working together. And part of what we're really concerned about for New York is the importance of our clean water, and why it's really necessary that we all educate ourselves about anti-fracking and anti-GMO foods. Don't panic, go organic. Okay, and we're gonna be doing a tribute now to Pete Seeger and his idea of group singing. And I'm gonna pass out two songs, If I Had a Hammer and We Shall Overcome. And I just would like to leave with a quote from Pete. Participation, that's what's going to save the human race. Okay, and as we're passing these out, there's another quote that I just learned recently. It said, singing daily for at least 10 minutes reduces stress, clears the sinuses, improves posture, and can even help you live longer. Alright, so let's pass out some of these. If I Had a Hammer and We Shall Overcome. I'm a teacher. And just pass it
Yes,
around.
Pete was all inclusive and loved everyone, and everybody was a singer. Everybody's part of the chorus. We're all here, and we all have eco-friendly energy versus fossil fuel industry. We have solutions versus pollutions. We walked on the moon 60 years ago, so we know what to do. We thank you, Mother, and thank you, God. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out a finger, I'd hammer out a warning, I'd hammer out a love between my brothers and sisters, all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out a danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out a love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out of danger, I'd sing it out of warning, I'd sing it out of love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land.
Well, I've got a hammer, and I've
got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom, it's a song of love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. Yeah, have fun, everybody. Sing, sing, sing. It's a beautiful day. We're going to survive. The roads are going to grow. Everything's going to work out. Mother Nature provides. We're so glad to be here. Another beautiful day. Honoring Pete in spirit and all the great spiritual entities, John Lennon, everyone out there. Now, and especially the seventh generation going forward. Look at where we've come. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, they couldn't vote. 100 years ago, we were slaves. Nowadays, we have a politicians and musicians and actors and black people are recognized. We're a colorblind society now. We know that we're all, as the Martin Luther King said, it's not about the color of our skin, it's about the content of our character. And we all have good character, and we have good faith in Mother Earth. And we're looking forward to the fact that we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
We shall live in peace.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall live in peace someday.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, John and Yoko. We had it clear 40 years ago. War is over. We knew it's over. We didn't understand it back then. What do you mean? But now we know. It's over, and fossil fuels are over. Thank you. We have eco-friendly energy solutions, and liberation of all the economic crisis and all the problems of the planet Earth are resolved already. Thank you, Nikolai Tesla.
And to maintain these high spirits and optimism, the Earth Institute at Columbia University, its director, Claire Bulger, I hope is here. Yes, and we're going to speak about the themes, the entwined themes of education, economics, happiness, and well-being. Claire Bulger.
So unfortunately, I am not personally the director of the Earth Institute, but I'm here representing my boss, who is Professor Jeffrey Sachs, as well as the World Happiness Report. And as I was thinking about this day, I was reminded by a quote from President John F. Kennedy that he gave in his famous speech called A Strategy of Peace. And he said, "Is not peace, in the last analysis, basically a matter of human rights? The right to live out our lives without fear of devastation, the right to breathe air as nature provided it, the right of future generations to a healthy existence." And I think that 50 years on, these words still resonate with the message that peace only comes through sustainable development. And in the research that I've done for the World Happiness Report, the key message of the report is that income and economic growth is not the sole thing that makes you happy. That, of course, meeting basic material needs is necessary, makes people happy, but that after that, there's diminishing returns to income in terms of your happiness. What makes people happy is physical and mental health. It's strong social ties, people who say that they have someone they can count on in a time of need. It's the spirit of generosity and altruism. It's the freedom to make life choices. And all of those things have to be underpinned by environmental sustainability, because without a flourishing planet, we won't have the ability to make the life choices and live the healthy lives that are necessary for human well-being and happiness. And so I think the message of the report and of some of the work of the Earth Institute is that we need to move from a new economic paradigm that moves beyond GDP as the sole measure of human progress and towards a sustainable development paradigm that balances the economic with the social and the environmental. And so I just wanted to close with another quote from Kennedy when he said, "There's no single simple key to this peace, no grand or magic formula to be adopted by one or two powers. Genuine peace must be the product of many nations, the sum of many acts. It must be dynamic, not static, changing to meet the challenge of each new generation." Thank you.
This is not the only event around the world in which the bells are being sounded at equinox. I think, well, I have a list here. You can follow this so that I'm correct on this. As we are gathering here today, they are also gathering around the world, expecting to ring at the exact moment on this March equinox. Austria, Lithuania, Ireland, Paris, London, Scotland, India, Haiti, Uganda, Myanmar, New Zealand, Mexico, Canada, and states across the United States here, including here in New York, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, New Mexico, Arizona, California, Oregon, Washington State, Alaska, and Hawaii. And New Jersey. And New Jersey. Have we missed any there? Yes.
Because that's my report.
And you tell us what I missed and what they're doing in these many centers.
No, I'm Ann Charles, and I usually do this bell ringing around the world at the exact moment of the spring equinox. So in Vytautas Magnis Church in Kaunas, Lithuania, this Father Kęstutis, he's ringing bells. And also there are Catholic churches in Kosovo, St. Anton's Church in Pristina, the Lay of Good Hope Church in Klina, and St. Paul and Peter's Church in Bratislava. So there are many places where bells are going to ring today, in addition to the ones that were put together or recited by Kevin. For example, Finland, Fiji, Philippines, Bosnia-Herzegovina, China, Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Italy, France, Spain, Cyprus, Austria, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Kenya, Uganda, Pakistan, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Egypt, Lebanon, Mexico, Uruguay, Chile, Costa Rica, Brazil, Peru, Japan, Taiwan, Senegal, Canada, Turkey, Greece, Puerto Rico, Grand Cayman, Haiti, Hong Kong, Tanzania, Seychelles, and Botswana. Now, I want to tell you what they're doing in Lithuania, because in Lithuania, I think Mary, we ran into the daughter, her name is Jolanta Landsbergite, the daughter of Vytautas Landsbergis, who in 1992 declared World Earth Day, or Earth Day, in Lithuania. And that was an exciting time, because since then, this Ministry of the Environment, whatever Lithuanians are doing, they really are into it. There are so many events. Okay, in Kaunas, Lithuania, there are 800 young naturalists from all over who attend a Utikai event organized by the club. This group is, they publish the only children's magazine on the environment. There'll also be green lessons, quiz for students, where also high school students study biological diversity and protect nature areas. There will also be earth flag raising, a campaign on saving the forest. They'll also play a game called Catch the Spring, where children decorate a net with flowers and will try to catch the spring. Children will eat porridge cooked outside, it says. There's also a global Earth Day by celebration, returning of birds. They put up birdhouses, educational programs called Unlock Earth. And then there are lectures in Nature Spring. And there are always plenty of flag raising. And always John McConnell's Earth flag does rise in Lithuania and many other places around the world. So there's also spring festivals. I like these expressions. The sun caressing the earth and the fields and the birds are returning. They have something called Let's Welcome Birds, the spring singers. He said this involves the little ones. Then they have little children. Let's decorate the earth with flowers. And then they have exhibits, the most beautiful bird. So this one I can't figure out. There's an Earth Day event. It says, Grandma's chest holds the whole world. And that's quite an interesting name. And in addition, there's spring cleaning campaigns. But I want to be able to tell you that there's a, on March 20, the Earth flag will be raised and there will be educational lessons for first grade students. They're saving the forest from debris. Now, I want to bring your attention to this colorful mural that was created by students. Here it is over there. We got this from Joanne Tofelis. She's from California. And it's called A Bright World is Waiting for Us. And it was created by Discovery Elementary School, San Marcos, California. With her on his bell ringing around the world, and she's an incredible woman. What I like about her is that she's not only the co-founder of Art Miles Mural Project with her husband Paul, but she's also the head of co-founder, and she's in charge of the National Committee for UNESCO. So and then this, guess what, in May, in case you happen to be in Paris, France, headquarters of UNESCO, Art Miles will be painting with local school children and Nobel laureates. How am I doing for time? Okay, Art Miles Mural Project, watch them in Paris. They're doing thousands of murals. Thank you very much.
And in Uganda, too, bells are ringing.
These little kids got bells in their hearts right here of paper. It's nighttime, 9 p.m., but they're going to be with you, and it's saying, happy ringing of the peace bell at the United Nations. There they are. There's the little kids in Uganda. They've only had a school for 1 week. 1 week. We went and we gave them pencils from Staples. Look at this.
I know, and then he's
It's all right. With the 3 chimes of the bell, a minute of silent reflection.
Tonka, Tonka, Sheda, Sida, Maya,
And with the music from Grandmother Silver Star and Gentle Bear, we bring to a close this latest of, what, 20 programs celebrating Earth Day. 44 times. 44? Happy 40. I have no idea. 44 times.
Yes, and we will make this announcement. Earth Day next year is on Friday, March 20. The New York time is 6:45 p.m. So put that on your calendar for next year. Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
And we are in touch with the world's largest radio telescope, which has just opened in Chile, called ALMA. And they've invited projects and ideas. One of the suggestions we've offered is that at the exact moment of equinox, since they are in the southern hemisphere, they can reach a direct line of sight to Alpha Centauri, the nearest star. And as we synchronize our bell here, they will send a message to the nearest star. A thought. Anyway, join us and see how that's going next year at Earth Day. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you.